So that's a really tough question, because the legislature really has done a lot of things to try to make elections more secure. I can say the one thing that I would suggest they do is to mandate that every elections office have a .gov website. So, it used to be Nassau County had a .com website. The .gov website is much more secure. We had to jump through hoops to get it. But when you get an email from one of our team members, it's going to say @NassauFL.gov. So you know that that's from a government entity, and you can trust it. Because at the end of the day, election integrity is about trust. Who do you trust to count the ballots? Who do you trust to make sure that your election is safe and secure? And so I think that .gov is an important thing. We moved to that. Listen, when I first walked in that office, it was sitting on my desk. It was an agreement with the Florida Department of State for minimum security standards. And they wanted me to sign it, and I was supposed to sign it like in 3 days. And I said, I'm not signing this in 3 days. I've got to read this. I've got to understand this before I'm going to sign my name to this. And so as I read it, I determined that we did not meet those minimum security standards. We absolutely did not. And so our team then began a process of extracting, because see, back in, I think it was 2009, the SOE and the tax collector and the property appraiser's office had gone together to save money. And so the SOE no longer had control of the system. And so I don't know how doable it is. I don't know if it's the city of Jax that controls their elections office. I can tell you it's our team. It's people who report to me who control our system. But it took us a while, and I'm grateful for the support of the property appraiser and the tax collector's office as we had to kind of pull ourselves out of that to meet those minimum security standards that were required. The signature verification is a very important aspect, both on the vote by mail ballots as well as the election day. The 29 days. Other states you can register to vote on election day. So thankfully in Florida we have that 29-day cutoff that gives us time to make sure that these people are actually eligible to vote. So that's something that's really good. Another thing that's really good here that's not in Pennsylvania is where we have to receive your vote by mail ballot by 7 p.m. on election day. Now, other states, it just has to be mailed. Mm-hmm. Well, how do you know it was mailed? Now you got all these drop boxes around. How do you know if it was really there? And so those types of gray areas in the statutes is what causes people to think that, well, maybe this is not, maybe it is rigged. So definitely I think there's issues in other states. When you've got judges in Wisconsin that are changing the rules back in 2020, I don't know if you remember this or not, I do, judges in 2020 in Wisconsin who are changing the rules about how elections were going to be run. So, and the other thing is I will never support a universal vote by mail ballot.
Thank you.
Like Oregon has.